How's it going, folks? A couple of days ago I did this live stream on Instagram where I took this picture, and I want to do a YouTube video, a really quick YouTube video on how I do it and my thought process when I want to shoot a video like that. So there are a couple of things you're gonna need to make this shoot. Now obviously you can shoot it with a really nice wooden background, but I personally like using the... Did I break something? I hope I didn't break anything. As I was saying, you need a couple of things. You can shoot on a really nice wooden background, but I kind of like using these cards. I honestly bought these 3 or 4 years ago just to get these shots. So that's what you need. And they're like 80 to like $100 each, and I've been using it for quite some time. Also, you need a massive light like this, because when you're taking pictures of products, photos, or whatever it is, you need a soft light, a light that doesn't leave shadows. If you haven't got one of these, you can check out my previous video where I made something like this at a budget. So this is what I'm going to try and shoot today. They are the Peak Design leash. It's not a dog leash, it's just a camera strap, and they've given this really fancy name to it. The Peak Design leash comes with this ankle loop. The reason I can't use a red background or a red backdrop is because these things are red, so I won't be able to edit or post produce as much as I would like to. It comes with this thing as well, just to attach the bottom of the camera. Now you can just go with the product, but to make things interesting you want to get like other accessories as well. Let me set everything up here. I'll make it a little bit more interesting, add a few cameras, a headphone maybe here and there, make the shot a little bit more interesting, and then we'll quickly take a picture and then go into Lightroom and Photoshop to post produce. When you look at camera settings when it comes to something like this, you want to try and keep the ISO as low as possible and increase the intensity of the light you have so that you don't have to increase the ISO. You also want to keep the shutter speed as fast as you can, simply because if you're shooting handheld there are going to be a lot of shakes, and if you want like sharp pictures you need to make sure that there's no motion blur in it. Make sure you have a closed aperture. Don't open your aperture in a product shot like this. You don't want blurry backgrounds, you don't want depth of field in flat lays like this. So remember those three: ISO as low as possible, shutter speed as fast as possible, aperture as small as you can go, and the light, increase the intensity of the light as much as you can. This is the setup I have right now. I kind of engrossed it all in some of the related and interesting stuff, like a pair of headphones, my other camera here. Done with the shoot, we just have to put these files into the computer, run it through Lightroom, do a bit of post-production through Photoshop, and we'll see what we get. The first thing obviously I'm going to do is crop it to suit Instagram. That's not bad. That's not bad. I could zoom in a little bit more, but let's do that on Photoshop. So I'm going to look at my scopes on the side and increase the exposure without bring the blacks a bit down. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I can move it straight into Lightroom, so I'm going to just right click and edit in Photoshop, and then you go have a cup of tea. So the number one thing I want to do first is duplicate my layer, my base layer, because if everything goes wrong you can come back to it. So duplicate that. This one here isn't aligned properly, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this one out using the pen tool. Go to Path, Control, click on this box here, and it'll give me the running ants. All I have to do is hit Control J and then Control T and then move it a tiny bit. And then because I was already shooting on this uniform color, you can easily cut it out and just straighten it a bit. Now same with things like this. See, it's not exactly straight, so what you want to do is, this seems pretty straight, but I'm gonna pull out the rulers option that you have on on Photoshop. So there's this, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out. So use the pen tool again, outline around it, go to paths, control click the box here, and then you get the running end. Select the layer and that you want to copy from and hit Control J, and now you have these two layers. Okay, the edit layer, and then you have this if I call the puppet warp, right? You want to add it here. So as you can see, you want to add a point, 3 points ideally. So you can grab these points, and as you can see, you can straighten these out. It's pretty cool. And then hit enter, and then you're good. So before, after, you can do the same with this. Take the pen tool, draw a outline, make sure you don't go into any other. Go to paths, control click, select the base layer, and then Control J, so you have these items, and you select what you want to straighten out. But first let's go and then take a look at that. There, now it's a little bit more straight, right? Now I'm gonna crop this in a bit more because obviously there are blemishes like this on the strap that I can't really do much or anything about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the crop tool, and I'm gonna select a 1x1. I think a 1x1 would suit this a lot better. Center it a bit. I think that's a lot better. Alright, so let's make this a little bit more interesting. So what I'm gonna do again is I'm gonna if you didn't look at my previous tutorial, I always said when you shoot in RAW and you put it onto Photoshop, make sure you go and convert the colors to color profile to working RGB, sRGB. So now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit more to this. So first I'm gonna go and tweak it a little bit more using camera raw filter, increase the brightness, increase the sharpness a bit. Go to texture, and then go to, I'm gonna add a bit of noise reduction just to remove the texture on the background a bit, and then bring in a bit of sharpening for the details. Usually you don't go overboard on these things. Now when I'm done with that, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to duplicate this layer. My top layer is going to be green, bottom layer is going to be gray. I want to make the background two different colors. Now I want to make it 50% gray, 50% green. So I'm going to keep the side that the strap is on green, so that it doesn't clash too much with the strap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the gray on top, go to camera raw filter, and kill the background color completely. It's made up of aquas and greens. I'm going to kill it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pen tool, P on the keyboard, go to the corner over here, and go to this corner here, and I want to keep this side green, so this is the side that I want cut out. Again, go back to the path and control click on the box to get the running ants, Control J, and then hide the middle layer, and there you have it. This is a really quick shoot, didn't put much time into it. This entire video was shot in less than 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, so you can pay a little bit more attention to your set and get a better picture. Export, and you're done, guys. That's pretty much it. If you learned something, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the like on the Facebook page, hit a like on this video, share it with your friends. It's pretty interesting. You can easily, if you don't have a camera, you can use the same method and shoot with your phone I demonstrated before how you can shoot like product photography with your phone. So please go ahead and try it out. Send me the pictures if you do try this out. DM me, I can give you a few pointers if you need to. That's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one.